Hi Gemini, I'm Jude. Welcome to your weekly reading. Gemini, this is a reading that's all coming out very quickly for the week of the 19th of August. And to start with, we'll look at what's been going on for you. And then we'll look at the week of the 19th. And Gemini, if you're happy to like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it because it's helping my channel grow. So thank you. Under the deck, we've got the Hermit. This is the card of Virgo, so you could have an earth sign person around you, but it's a card that calls on us to really kind of get an elevated perspective on what's going on here and see where, kind of get out of the forest and up above the trees so you can see, metaphorically speaking, what's going on. Because you've also got the Hanged Man and the Queen of Pentacles. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit stagnant or a little bit like things aren't kind of moving, and the Hanged Man often says we can feel comfortable enough even though we're uncomfortable. And, you know, we're trying to get a different perspective on the situation. And because it's followed by the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like it's either about home or your finances, something to do with your very material, practical aspect of your life, your world, where you live, how you pay your bills, that sort of thing. All right, the week of the 19th. Okay, for Gemini. Okay, your cards are sort of bouncing out here. We've got the Nine of Swords underneath. Yeah. Gemini, it feels like there's a feeling with that Nine of Swords that says, you know, we're in our head, we're chewing on something, we're ruminating, we're thinking about it constantly. And there's almost like a lack of clarity about what to do, how to sort this out. It's like, you know, when we get in our mind and we ruminate and it kind of goes over and around, and we can kind of get a bit caught in that sometimes. Now the cards here are tens. We've got the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the World card. And the World card talks about a major cycle coming to a close or a completion. Something comes to a conclusion. As it is with the tens are the end of a cycle. A chapter feels like it's coming to a close or a completion. Because the Ten of Wands says this has become almost like hard work or a burden, that a bit of overwhelm, something that you've been carrying, Gemini, that feels like you've almost lost sight of where you're going, which does feel like you want that happy Ten of Cups. You want, if this is around home and family, which it felt before, the Ten of Cups talks about that too. It's you know, we want to feel that joy and love and happy days. But with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords either side of it, it feels like you know, you're trying to work towards it, but it's almost like the Ten of Swords is like that overthinking needs to come to a conclusion. And it does feel like it's almost like a surrender. And then the new day dawns. It's like that Ten of Swords often for me as a reader feels like I'm done with the thinking. You know, particularly because you've got the 9 and the 10. It's kind of like, I don't want to keep thinking about this. I don't want to keep this going. There needs to be a completion or a conclusion. And after the World card, which does talk about that completion of the cycle, the Three of Wands is moving forward. But it's still a still energy. It's a waiting energy. It's the card that says you no longer look back. but you've kind of done your preparation and you're ready to move forward. But it's kind of like you've got to wait. So there's a lot of stillness this week in the cards, Gemini. It's like you're not going anywhere, but something's concluding, according to these cards. And remember, these are general, so this may or may not resonate for you, and you have free will. So you decide what's happening, but that's what I can see there. I'm just going to close your reading out with a message from Spirit for Gemini. Yeah. There is communication or a conversation is what I can see here, because we've got the Page and the Knight of Swords. So the Page is a conversation, it's a phone call, an email, something, but it evolves because after the Page comes the Knight. And so our Page can be when we brainstorm ideas, we think about things, we discuss them, we talk about options, that sort of energy. And the Knight of Swords is when we say our piece and there's a moving forward. Again, you can see this Knight of Swords has his back to us and he's moving away, which this Three of Wands is a very similar feeling for me today looking at these cards. So Gemini, that's what I can see in the cards this week. I hope you have a good week. Bye from me, and I'll see you next week.